What's up, Celtics fans? Before we jump into today's episode here on Celtics Today, we're almost at an awesome milestone here on YouTube. That, of course, is 20,000 subscribers. Hit that sub button if you want daily Boston Celtics news and rumors videos, and if you want to be a part of the 20,000 club on YouTube, because that's a huge milestone on this platform. We're 678 subs away. Can we get there by the end of the month? Subscribe and help us get there. My name is Harrison Graham. You're watching Celtics Today by Chat Sports. Coming up on today's show, a 2023-24 Celtics roster breakdown. We're going to take a look at the starting five, the reserves, and kind of analyze how this thing could all come together. But first, you guys predict the Celtics record this upcoming season. 82-game schedule, no changes there. You guys know the drill. What will the Celtics record be? Let us know in the comment section down below. Okay, here is the potential starting five. And look, there are definitely changes that could still happen. I think, barring a Damian Lillard trade, a Jaylen Brown, Jayson Tatum, Kristaps Porzingis trio will be a part of your starting five. Malcolm Brogdon, who was flirted in a trade with the Clippers, they didn't like where his medical situation was at, so they flipped Marcus Smart to Memphis instead to get Porzingis. We'll see if he's still here. Derrick White, I think he'll be here, but he could, of course, be a part of a bigger trade. Obviously, you could bring Brogdon or White off the bench and, start Al Horford or Robert Williams next to KP. But I think if you had to play a game right now, this would probably be your starting five. And look, things start with Jayson Tatum when it comes to the Boston Celtics. He's a top 5, top 7 player in the NBA, 30-point scorer a year ago, 47% from the field, 35 from three. You're hoping that three-point shot ticks back up just a little bit. But he is I'd say a tier 2 superstar. He's not one of the best players in the NBA, but he's just outside those top 4 or 5 guys. Now, you're also hoping Jaylen Brown's three-point shot elevates once again. Kind of had a down year in that regard, but had an up year in overall scoring, 26.6 points per game, 49% from the field. Obviously, he did have his struggles in the playoffs, did not play as well as he did in the regular season, but there is a reason that people have consistently said that this is one of, if not the best duos in the NBA. Now, right now, I don't think you could say that. I think Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray deserve that crown based on what they just did, but top 3 duo, top 5, no doubt about it. Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum, with Tatum as the number 1, obviously. That's a good starting point for Boston. Do they have enough around him to be better than last year? I like the Porzingis addition. I think if he can stay healthy and play like he did a year ago, that's an excellent third option offensively. Are the Jays the best duo in the NBA? Look, I'm not going to be biased. I don't think they are the best. I think they're one of the best. Type Y for yes, type in for no. Let us know what you guys think. Do you think Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum is the best duo in the NBA? I'm typing in for no because I'm going to be honest here. Now let's talk about Malcolm Brogdon a little bit more. Look, in the playoffs, he wasn't nearly as effective, and we know defense ramps up in the playoffs, so splits are typically down offensively for players, especially role players. He also had that hand injury in the Eastern Conference Finals, which severely limited his ability to even get on the floor against Miami. But he's been a guy that's been a 50, 40, 90 player in the NBA before. I mean, he played really well in the regular season. I don't think we should just forget that. But it obviously wasn't a great playoff stretch. Again, we'll see if he's a part of this team moving forward. If he is, I think he probably starts with Marcus Smart's exit. Kristaps Porzingis, who coming off arguably the best year of his career, now in a low-pressure environment, right? The Washington Wizards, who weren't even a good Wizards team, but already a fan base that isn't crazy passionate, right? Like, it's not like he was playing at TD Garden. This will be a different deal for him. Hasn't played in an environment like this since he was a New York Knick, but 23-8 last year, really good from the field, 50%, 38.5% from three-point range. I really like what I saw from the unicorn and Kristaps Porzingis. And again, all he has to do is be a good number 3. You don't need to average 23, 24. Give me 19, 20 points, 8 rebounds per game, commit defensively, be a rim protector, and space the floor. Play like you did last year on less volume. If you do that, I think the Celtics are going to be in very, very good shape with Kristaps Porzingis. Obviously, there's always going to be health questions, but he stayed mostly healthy last year. Other bench pieces are returning here. Look, Al Horford, crafty vet. He's not going to give you what he once did, but can still play valuable minutes, stretches out to the three-point line, can play the 4, can play the 5. I think ideally he's as a stretch 5 on the floor. Robert Williams as another guy who is a good rim protector, good rebounder. Now, he had a bit of a disappointing year this past season. I thought he was going to kind of carry over that awesome playoff run the year before and have an awesome season. Then he kind of found himself in and out of the rotation in the playoffs. I'm still high on Robert Williams. When he does play, it seems like he has an impact, but he fell out of favor at times with Joe Mazzulla this past year, so I think that is a storyline to monitor, and especially now with Porzingis in the fold. You've got Porzingis, Horford, and Robert Williams. How do those guys stagger minutes? Do two of those guys play next to each other a lot of the time? I think that's very fascinating. And then you've got Payton Pritchard as well. There was rumblings that he wanted out of Boston if he wasn't going to get a bigger role. Well, with Marcus Smart exiting, he's probably your third guard right now behind Malcolm Brogdon and Derrick White. So you would have to think that Payton Pritchard is going to be in this rotation to play some 1 and play some 2 coming off the bench. Again, maybe you start Pritchard and you bring either Brogdon or Derrick White off the bench. But Pritchard has an opportunity to get or have a bigger role this year for Boston and show what he's worth. Now, who's more likely to be traded? Because, again, Brogdon, Pritchard, both been connected to trade rumors this offseason. Type MB for Malcolm Brogdon, type PP for Payton Pritchard. I think you'd get more for Brogdon, but we'll have to wait and see how it all plays out. Some other bench pieces returning. Sam Hauser, who can space the floor. He's kind of a situational guy. I don't think he's someone you can give heavy minutes to, but someone who can shoot the 3 and give you, be a spark plug offensively every once in a while. J.D. Davison, who's playing in the Summer League and, quite frankly, hasn't looked great, is someone I think Boston would like to emerge as that 4th guard, or hell, I say 3rd guard, if they trade one of Pritchard or Brogdon. He's on a 2-way right now, but has an opportunity to contribute. Luke Kornet, he's, kind of your 5th big. We'll see what his role is. With Grant Williams out, could he play some 4 for you? Who knows? Justin Champagnie as well, another wing on this roster. This kind of graphic outside of Hauser, some real question marks. Can they be a part of a rotation? Can they not? You almost feel like Boston's one key rotation piece away, so something to keep in mind as well. And speaking of which, if the Celtics make a move, we're going to break it down here on Celtics Today by Chat Sports. They've compiled a lot of draft picks, so making a trade is certainly a possibility. YouTube.com/CelticsTV. Don't miss out on our Celtics coverage. Oshae Brissett, a player they signed early on in free agency. Of course, played his college ball at Syracuse. Shout out Will Scott. Inefficient player. We'll see if he can bring something to the table. Jordan Walsh is an intriguing player out of Arkansas. Is he someone who can crack a rotation? 7 points, 4 rebounds in 36 games last year. 3-point shots got a long way to go. But I'm intrigued by his athleticism. He's looked okay in the Summer League, so I like the upside of him. But again, the deeper part of that bench, there's real questions, like who's going to emerge and be someone who can be a 9th man, a 10th man, and a rotation. Boston's been so deep the last few years. Trading Marcus Smart has its consequences. There's no doubt about it. Predict the Celtics record, like we said, this upcoming season. How many games they going to win out of 82? Let us know in the comments down below. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for Boston Celtics Today. My name is Harrison Graham. We'll continue to bring you guys daily videos here on the channel, so don't miss out. Subscribe and turn on those notifications.